Hey guys, it's Nalini here again. Thanks for joining me. Hope you and your family are doing great, keeping healthy and staying safe. Today we're making some delectable curry shrimp and some Guyanese style Sada roti. For me, this is the simplest roti to make. I have some all-purpose flour. You can also use the whole wheat flour. I'm adding some sugar, salt, baking powder, and since we're not using any fat, I am adding a small amount of baking soda to help keep it soft. I'm using some warm water to form the dough. As always, I will list all the ingredients with the measurements in the description box. I'm gonna go in with my hands to knead the dough, but guys, you can use a mixer if you prefer. If you're using your hands, try to move it in a circular motion in the dough. It works well, same as like a mixer. This dough will not rise because there is no yeast, so you don't have to work it too hard. Once the dough starts to pull away from the sides of the bowl, you can stop the kneading. Cover it with a damp cloth or paper towel. This will prevent the top from drying out, and we'll let it rest. In the meantime, we're going to make the curry. I have 2 pounds of shrimp already cleaned, deveined and washed. I'm adding some salt, ground black pepper. Give it a quick mix and I'm gonna set it aside. And now we're gonna blend the ingredients to make the sauce for the curry. I'm adding some tomatoes, cashew nuts, some fresh chopped turmeric. You can also use turmeric powder, celery, half habanero pepper, garlic, onions, and curry leaves. This is optional. I'm adding a small amount of water and blend it up and set it aside. I like to sear the shrimp for about a minute on each side before adding them to the curry. To do that, I'm using some ghee, butter or oil will work also. I'm gonna lay them out separately in the pan so the heat can get to each one directly. I'm adding them to the cold oil and pan, then I'll turn the stove on because I want them to heat up gradually with the oil and the pan. I'm adding some fresh garlic. Ghee when infused with fresh garlic has a distinct flavor. I love it. 1 minute and I'll flip them on the other side for another minute. I'll take the heat off, leave them in the pan and set it aside, and I'll start making the gravy for the curry. I'm adding cooking oil to hot in a pan, medium heat. Then I'm gonna go in with all the good stuff. Starting off with curry leaves. Again, I'm adding curry leaves. I love the curry leaf flavor, guys. If you don't like the curry leaf flavor, don't worry about it. Your curry will still taste great with all the other ingredients. I'm combining the garam masala, coriander powder and some curry powder. I'm adding some water to make like a liquidy paste and add it to the pan. Stir it up and let it saute for about 2 minutes. You want the spices to infuse and flavor up the oil. Guys, I gotta be honest, this aroma is strong but flavorsome. I'm starting to feel hungry already. I'm adding some roughly chopped red onions. Once it gets translucent, I'll add the seasoning we blended up. It's looking and smelling good, guys. A little bit of seasoning remained in the blender bottle after I pour it in the pan. I don't want it to go waste, so I added a little bit of water to thin it out, and I'm adding it to the curry. I'm also adding some salt. I'll give it a quick stir and cover it to cook for about 3 minutes or until it turns into like a paste. Now I'm gonna add some water to make the gravy, and then I'm gonna add the shrimp. I'm also adding the remaining garlic flavor ghee that I used to sear the shrimp. Topping it off with some sliced tomatoes, some fresh chopped cilantro, and I'll cover it and let it cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is up and our curry is looking amazingly delicious, guys. Now let's finish this roti up so we can get down to business. This should not take long, guys. Thanks for your patience. I have my skillet warming up on medium heat. I'm going to roll the dough out into like a log and I'll cut them into smaller pieces. Looks like we're making 5 roti today. Then I'm gonna round it up with my hands. I like to have my thumb in the center of the dough and use the other fingers to pull the ends toward the center. and finish it off by tucking the center in and place that side down. And guys, you can do it however you know best. The shape doesn't have to be round. It could be any shape. It's no big deal. I'll sprinkle some flour so it doesn't stick to the board and roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. The skillet should be hot. I'm going to put the roti on it, and when you see some bubbles showing up, you can flip it. It usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes on one side. I'm going to flip it, and in a minute or two, I'm going to lift the bottom side, and once I see it starts to get brown, I'll remove it from the skillet and put it directly on the stove top. You want to have the flame on medium to low heat. I'll roll the others out and cook it in the same process, but I want to show you another method of how you can get the roti to swell. If you're not comfortable putting it directly on the stove, you can put it on top of a piece of clean, safe metal that can withstand heat and allow some of the heat to get to the roti. And guys, I originally made 5 big size roti, but for some reason I'm feeling to have a small one today. I want to have more shrimp and less roti, so I broke up one piece of the dough and I made 2 small roti instead of one big one. And dinner is ready if anyone is hungry. I got 6 roti and 1 huge pan of scrumptious curry shrimp. And the roti is feeling soft and fluffy. You can actually open the roti and stuff it with the shrimp and gravy, or you can have it traditional Guyanese style. Break a piece of the roti with your hands and dig in. Wow, honestly, it's superb delicious. This is a true delicacy right here. Those cashew nuts in the gravy adds an exceptional flavor. I hope you guys will try this recipe. As always, thanks for watching. If you guys are enjoying my recipes and wants me to keep uploading and do what I love to do, please hit that subscribe button and share with your friends and family. Stay safe. Love you guys.